Greetings, Minecrafters! I am Nate T. Bird, and welcome back to Crypt Crawler Behind the Scenes, Episode 6. In this episode, I will be explaining how I did the custom mob drops in my map, Crypt Crawler. A lot of people don't even realize that this is a feature in the map, but I have changed the default mob drops for the various mobs in the map. For example, by default, skeletons will drop bones, but I have actually changed it so that they drop bone meal instead. You might have seen it right there, but the texture changed a little bit. It is still called a bone, but that's because I've given it a custom name as well as custom lore text. But if you look at the item ID, it is in fact bone meal. I have also changed the various other items that the mobs can drop, such as zombies' rotten flesh. I've given that a custom name and lore text. I have turned carrots into stale bread. I have turned potatoes into fungus. I have turned iron ingots and coal into gold. And I have turned the wither skeleton skull into a fairly powerful mask. So how did I do that? Well, for every custom mob drop in the game, I have two command blocks. The command blocks are clocking, meaning that they activate 20 times per second or every game tick. Now, they activate in the same tick, however, they do activate in a specific order in that tick. So it's a little bit confusing, but just essentially they're happening simultaneously right after each other. So the first command that activates is this one. It sets the item score to a specific value depending on what item it is. So it's going to set any entity that is an item. It's going to set its item score to 1 if it is a bone. And then same thing for rotten flesh and for all of the other items. If it is rotten flesh, then it's going to get an item score of 2. And the item score changes depending on the different item that it is. Then the second command block that activates is this one right here. This one changes the entity data for the item that has a score of 1 to the different item that we want. So this is the thing that actually changes the item. If its item score is 1 or 2 or whatever item score it is, it will change the item to something different. It'll give it a custom name, custom lore text, or just whatever. So in this case, I am actually changing the ID of the item. So I'm changing bones into bone meal. And then I'm also giving it a custom name and lore text. Same is true for rotten flesh, only this one, I'm just giving it a custom name and lore text. So it really is that simple. Well, it's simple to me. It might be complex to you, but with time, it can become simple too. That's it for this video. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, please leave them down below in the comments, and I will try to answer them as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching, and have a fantastic day.